This video is sponsored by War Thunder.
The Balkans. You love them, I love them, your grandma loves them, weird internet nationalists love them, we all love the Balkans. It's a region known for great food, kind and loving people, and crimes against humanity with man-made horrors beyond Western comprehension. Yet, much like an STD clinic, with all the positives, there are also the negatives. And that's precisely what we're gonna talk about today. The worst parts about living in the Balkans. As someone who has lived here for over half of his life, I feel that it is my civil duty to explain to your feeble Western minds what it's like to live on God's chosen land. Israel doesn't have shit compared to Serbia. So without further ado, let's begin.
Here comes the money.
Here we go.
Now, one of my biggest pet peeves about living in the Balkans is none other than corruption.
Where's the money, Lebowski?
I know what you might say, but Janos, every country has corruption. No, shut up! The government might silence me, but you will not! No! 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 Now, while corruption isn't a part of day-to-day life like it used to be a couple of decades ago, it's still prevalent enough to be quite annoying. Politicians, teachers, police, straight white guys, give them 20 euros and that buck will be broken. So most politicians in the Balkans still embezzle funds. So public money that was meant for schools, hospitals, roads disappears faster than my father did when he went out for milk. Most kids will go to decrepit schools that you will think came from an underfunded horror movie, while the mayor of the town posts pictures on his Instagram of his vacation from Dubai. And that's not just the case for schools, but hospitals, police stations, and basically any public good funded by the government. From each according to his ability, to each according to his need. And our politicians need a lot. The most common kind of corruption is that a politician is going to hire one of his buddies to do some sort of public works that already has a company. For example, like building a road. And that would be all fine and dandy, even if they overcharged us and put the excess in their pockets. As long as you can use the roads normally. But no! Instead, you can literally tear the asphalt with your bare hands.
Pogledajte ljudi, opet kidamo rukama, a sad je jedan cenat ljudi. Pogledajte šta radi asfalt u banjalučkim ulicama, pogledajte. Znači ja rukom mogu da kidam asfalt, dragi ljudi. Pogledajte, evo snimite, pogledajte banjalučki asfalt.
And on top of that, whenever they decide to build something or achieve something by a specific date, they never reach it. For example, they were planning to build the Belgrade metro since 2003, and it was expected to be finished in 2021. It's the middle of 2023 and there has been no progress at all. And now they're saying it'll be done in 2028. And this is a wide-scale problem. All in all, Janos no likey. But you know what Janos always likey? War crimes.
And what better way to experience them than through playing War Thunder. War Thunder is the most comprehensive vehicle combat game ever made. Play more than 2,000 tanks, planes, helicopters, and ships in dynamic combined arms PvP battles. Use the Soviet T-55A to wipe your opponents from the map and impose Balkan superiority online. Every vehicle is incredibly detailed and modeled down to their individual components, offering a highly immersive combat experience. The collection of vehicles in War Thunder spans over 100 years of development from the 1920s to the present day. And alongside that, you can customize them to perfectly fit your true spirit.
Serbia!
Best part is, you can play it completely free on PC, Xbox Series X and S, PlayStation 5, or the previous console generation. Looking for a fast action-packed match or a more realistic and tactical experience, War Thunder offers intensive PvP battles at various immersion levels for all play styles. Whichever experience you prefer, you will find it here. So go and click the link in the description and download War Thunder right now. By clicking on my link, you get a large free bonus pack including multiple premium vehicles, a premium account, boosters, and much more. So again, click the link in the description.
Here's a magic trick I think you'll really love. Take all your money, cut half of it up.
Now, corruption is tolerable, especially if you have low expectations to begin with. But the economy absolutely isn't. It's no secret that in the Balkans the pay is absolute shit. You literally have Ivan or Andrei basically spend 12 hours a day in the hot summer sun laying bricks on a project that was supposed to be finished 12 years ago for a pay of 400 euros a month and a half-eaten sandwich with no pickles. I demand pickles! You know, this is such a Reddit moment at this point. Welcome to Reddit. Random equals funny. Internet 2012 XD. Of course, the salary will vary from country to country because some were more fortunate than others and were able to join the EU and improve their standard. Even if you leave the Balkans will never leave you. Proportionally, still, that pay is shit. And on top of working for basically peanuts, moral work hours? Non-existent. A lot of enterprise owners will sometimes expect you to work 10 to 12 hours a day, and more often than not, with no paid overtime or poorly compensated overtime. And sometimes, if you strike the lottery, they won't even give you a break. And of course, the government doesn't care, they're out driving your BMWs and doing donuts on the local racetrack. However, there is one occasion under which they will get involved, and that's... In Serbia, we love Christmas and New Year's. As soon as December comes around, all of Belgrade becomes decorated, especially shops and cafes. The IRS in particular loves to help them decorate by putting up these red tapes all across their stores in the tenor of the Christmas spirit. They even give them extra vacation time this month. And all you gotta do is not pay taxes. And who wouldn't want to pay the taxes in the Balkans? The VAT is only 20%. Hell, in Hungary they love taxes so much, the VAT is 27%. We love nothing more than giving 20% of our income for basic goods such as groceries to the government. And in general, when it comes to your paycheck, usually around 40% is taxed. But you don't see that because this is the Balkans. Which again, who in their right mind would want to pay such high tax rates? And you think with the taxes being so high and the government spending so much money on luxury cars, there's bound to be some money at least left to develop our cities. And you'd be correct. The problem is, most of it goes to developing just one city, which is usually the capital. If you're lucky, they'll develop two. I swear to God, every Balkan country can be summarized by basically being one big glamorous city surrounded by wastelands. Growing up in the Balkans, I never had to play Fallout. I lived it. And because of that, everyone and their mothers, the first chance they get, they move to Germany or any other slightly better country in Western Europe and work the lowest possible job because even the worst paying job in Western Europe is still better than living in the Balkans. And the first chance they get to go on vacation, they're gonna come back in a second-hand BMW and then flex all the money they made by eating at expensive restaurants, drinking and buying drinks for everyone and getting manicures as if they're not working as a toilet scrubber in Dusseldorf. Bunny, bunny, bunny! Romania, casa mia. Another thing that really cheeses my cracker is the institutions. I've already mentioned how our schools and hospitals are on the same level at this point as Roman ruins. However, that is a sacrifice we must all take to make our mayors' lives happy and joyful. But there is one institution that came from a special circle of hell, and that is the police. Now, I know that the police in the West as well are in particularly disliked, and me meagerly just mentioning them will cause a civil war in the comments. But when it comes to the police in America and other Western European countries, there are usually laws implemented to protect you from being harassed by the police. In the Balkans, there is no probable cause needed for the police to stop you and search your pockets. And God forbid they find anything in those pockets, because they're gonna take you to the nearest police station, beat you with wet towels because they don't leave bruises, until you drop a name of that someone who gave you that something in your pocket. There is absolutely no accountability at all. I swear to God, when I lived in Belgrade for 3 years, at one point I used to be stopped by the police at minimum 2 times a week, and I would be searched for no reason. I would just be walking and going to a cafe or just for a regular walk. And this wasn't in a ghetto such as Borča or New Belgrade, but literally in the center. And as soon as they'd see me, dobar dan, ličnu kartu molim.
Brato, ne znam ja šta ti meni treba sve, davaj, all, sve od podataka.
And then I'd just be patted down. Alongside that, the general bureaucracy is also a product from Satan himself. If you want to do anything in the Balkans, like anything at all, be prepared to do a shit ton of paperwork and apply for every possible license under the sun and pay a shit ton of fees. When you finally gather all the papers that you need to file your paperwork at the office, you will be greeted by this creature we call a shalterusha. A shalterusha is usually a middle-aged woman with a short curly-haired hairstyle similar to the genus of the North American Karen. They usually weigh somewhere between 70 to 90 kilos, and they will usually be found at any bureaucratic office. Their primary goal in life is to be passive-aggressive to you and then tell you after 3 hours of waiting in line that you're missing a paper to file your paperwork, and then send you back out to get it and then wait again for 3 hours. Last but not least, we have...
Wir leben in einer Gesellschaft.
As a whole, I love Balkan society. That's why I moved back here from the West. I wouldn't trade it for anything else in the world. But by God, does it have some annoying aspects to it. Chances are, if you live anywhere that's not the capital or the second biggest city in your country, you are gonna know everyone and everyone is gonna know you. You cannot fart in a Balkan town without the neighbors knowing the smell, texture, and taste of your fart, and whether or not it was indeed a fart or you're just lying to yourself. And the worst perpetrator of this are the grandmas who sit in front of their yards in plastic chairs in the street, watching your every single move and then reporting with a 10-page written essay, double-spaced, to the other grandmas in the same street on what you did, and that inevitably reaching your parents. Another annoying aspect of Balkan society is unironic nationalism and drunk uncles continually perpetrating it. As soon as the Palinka comes out, you know damn well that things are about to get political.
Let's get ready to rumble!
And for the next 2 hours, the family gathering is going to become worse than a brown shirt rally, as all the men in the broader family are going to start discussing how the neighboring countries are and the Jews, Gypsies, and especially the Hungarians are. And what's funny is that this stuff is usually said by the guys who didn't even finish high school and have went outside of their village maybe 3 times in the past 5 years. 2 of those times was to a neighboring town to buy a second-hand catalyzer. Alongside this, these people will also complain how bad of a state the country is in, how there's trash all over the streets, how the politicians are so corrupt, how no one's doing their job correctly, as they continue to basically litter the streets, bribe the teachers so their child passes 9th grade, and continually vote for Fidesz. In conclusion, the Balkans are great, and whoever tells you otherwise is a traitor to the motherland. Anyways, thank you for watching this video, and thank you to these lovely people for continually supporting me and supporting the work I do. If you liked the video, consider clicking that like button and subscribe, and if you really liked it, become a member like these lovely people. And If you want to support the channel, go and check out theIronicShop.com. And once more, a big thank you to War Thunder for sponsoring this video. Go download the game from the link in the description. By supporting War Thunder, you support my channel as well. My name is Janos, and you've watched Living Ironically in Europe.
Hey, hey, why are you leaving?